Hello, Chicago Network is on the air. Hello, everybody. I'm Ryan Yanishadis, and it's time to focus. And today, we're focusing on the Bulls and the Blackhawks. We're going to start off first with the Chicago Blackhawks and what their week has been, or their week and a half has been like. Let's start it off right now with the Blackhawks. A couple of Mondays ago, the 13th, they lost to the Calgary Flames 5-2. Thursday of that week, they lost to the Nashville Predators in a shootout. So they are the 3-2. So they do get a point. Last Saturday, they do defeat the Golden Knights of a final of 5-3. And then Monday, so a lot of stretch, only, what is this, a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, and a span of 4 games. And they lose to the Hurricanes of a final of 4-3. So that is your week that was for the Blackhawks. Blackhawks had a lead in that game late, and then Hurricanes come back, win it in overtime 4-3. Your updated standings, if you will. Of course, they're doing a Four Nations this year, not an all-star game in the NHL. We'll be talking about that in a few weeks. But the updated standings, not like it really matters. The last team to get in right now is the Calgary Flames. They are 22-16-7 with 51 points. Blackhawks are 15-28-4 with 34 points. So obviously playoffs not in their future. They are not the last team anymore. San Jose Sharks are. They both have 34 points. The team above the Blackhawks are the Nashville Predators. They are 7 points ahead of them. So Blackhawks will be fighting for that 9 or 10 spot in the wild card and in the Western Conference. So that's the kind of year it has been. Now let's shift from the Blackhawks and now let's send it to the Bulls. Okay, now it's time to focus on the Chicago Bulls. A lot more games since the last time we talked about the Madhouse and the United Center. The last time we were here, we didn't get a chance to talk about it, but DeMar DeRozan did make his return. The Bulls did lose that one of a final of 124-119, and they gave him a nice ovation. He deserved it. He has a nice things to say about the city of Chicago, so it was fine. I did just see the introductions. Bulls do lose, like I said, 124-119. Wish the best to DeMar DeRozan, who had a lot of good moments here in the city of Chicago. Tuesday, that week, they lose to the Pelicans 119-113. I don't even know if Zion Williamson even played in that game. They lose to the Hawks. No Trae Young in that game. No Trae Young, and the Bulls lose to the team that they usually beat the most, the Hawks, 110-94. Then last Friday, they lose to the Hornets 125-123. The final shot, we had the ball off, and even what's the one that don't play? He was in the crowd. And the Bulls had 3 shots to end the game to tie it or go to overtime. They missed them all 3. They miss all 3 of those, and the Hornets win. Sunday, the Bulls lose to the Blazers on the West Coast 113-102. And then Monday, they lose to the Clippers, or they do defeat the Clippers at the new Intuit Dome, 112-99, a 15-point third quarter for Zach LaVine. And again, the trade deadline looming. We're going to get into that next week because we're not going to have as many games to recap. Got a little more stats about the Chicago Blackhawks when it comes to Patrick Kane and Connor Bedard, and we'll talk a little bit about the trade deadline coming up for the Bulls and the Blackhawks, or for the Bulls, and a report that's going around that they're going to completely blow up the team. I'll give you my thoughts on that as well. That's all coming up next week. We'll have one on Thursday, one on Friday. We combined them this week, and that's what you get. The updated standings for the Bulls, they were looking pretty good a couple weeks ago, and then all of a sudden they go on this stretch where they just cannot win a game. And, of course, they play last night against the Warriors as well. This isn't counting that game. We're pre-recording. Bulls right now have the 10 seed. They are 3 ahead. The Sixers have lost 7 in a row. Brooklyn has lost 5 in a row, the 2 teams behind them. So they have a 3-game lead, but then they're 3 games out from Miami, who's got so many problems right now with Jimmy Butler. So right now they're back to being from not having to be in the play-in because Detroit's playing really good. They're in the last seed, avoiding the play-in. They're 4 games ahead of the Bulls. We'll see what they do, and I'll give you my thoughts on that next week on this program. So the Bulls lose to the Bulls will played the Warriors last night. We'll talk about all that, update you all that next week. Talk about some headlines, if you want to call them that, or low lines for the Bulls and Blackhawks next week. So again, that's going to do it. A week from today is a special episode. It'll be our 100th focus. We'll look back at the 99 episodes when we started on Labor Day and talk about all that stuff as well. So a very special episode a week from today. And then next Monday, we're going to start things off recapping the NFL playoffs championship weekend. We'll know who's in the Super Bowl. Then, of course, we'll have a lot of Super Bowl coverage in 2 weeks, but next week won't have any to preview because nothing going on. Okay, that'll do it for us. Don't forget to comment below your thoughts, Bulls, Blackhawks, how they doing, how they representing. I know it's been ugly, but hey, we're Chicago sports fans. We're used to it. I'm Ryan Yanishadis from the Hello Chicago Network, and we are the focus of Chicago sports.